Okay, so we're back with a new welder. It's actually a new old welder. It's an old welder that was given to me. As you know from the last video when I was using the Blue Demon welder, I was having difficulty welding. Nothing really seemed to work. Someone gave me this one. It's an ArcOne I100 STS. I think it's the lower end of their models. I thought I'd show it to you. The nice thing about it is it's all steel construction. I mean, it's very heavy duty. I think the original color, looks like there's some orange under there, but I'm not sure. It looks like it was repainted at some point. It weighs about, I think it's under 10 pounds. And I'll give you a view in the back. It's model EN60974-1. Here's all the information. Just a simple on and off switch in the back, venting on the sides, and the front. The nice thing about it is, if you looked at my other welder that I was having difficulty with, it went up. It said it was a 90 amp welder, the Blue Demon, but it only was able to turn up to 80. It was marked up to 80 amps. So I thought I'd show you this. This one has a little warning light there. Green, I guess, is on. Red is it's a problem. You can crank it up to 100 amps. Actually, it looks like you can go a little past 100, but I'm not quite sure about that. Standard at the bottom. We're using stick, so we're going to plug the positive into the stinger into the positive and the ground into the negative. It's pretty standard, all standard connections. It looks like it's been beaten up a little bit, but still good to go. Nice little plastic strap. So I'll show you. Oh yeah, look at the bottom. Maybe it was orange at one point. I don't know. My guess is it was, from what I can guess, it was probably made in 2007. So as far as the ground is, I kept the original ground. Pretty good clamp. And we're going to plug that in into the negative. Just kind of just plugs in and turn it tightly. Now, as far as the stinger, I wasn't happy with it. It was beaten up and it was sparking. So I replaced it. I got this stinger, Hot Max. It seems to work pretty well. I got it on Amazon. Pretty standard, pretty tight connection. Feels good, and we'll try it out. I think that part of the problem was I just didn't have enough amperage running on the other welder, and I'm hopeful that this one goes up to 100 amps. It should give a little more oomph to be able to melt the electrode. We're using the same electrode pretty much as last time. I think it was 332 electrode. This one is I think it's also Hobart. It says Excalibur. Let me see if you can see it. Not sure. Hold on. It says Excalibur 7018. Alright, so we'll try it out. Standard rod. And I have the same metal as before, so you can see if there's a difference, we should be able to see it. I'll ground this. To the side. Okay. And let me just get a glove. Okay, So what we're going to do now is just take the stinger, put it, just clamp it in the stinger. Make sure you get a tight grip on that it's gripping tightly. You don't want it to wiggle, because if it wiggles, it'll just spark at the stinger. Okay, clear the wires, and we'll test it out. This is like a painted metal, so we'll see if it can work on that one. This is just a bare steel, so we'll check it out. Put the gloves on. Let's turn on the machine. Let's see how loud it is. Alright, so it's not loud at all. It's basically just a computer fan in the back, that type of a fan. And we'll test it out. Put the helmet on. Let's see. And okay. What you can see is it's a heck of a lot easier to strike this arc and to keep it going. I mean, I'm far from an expert. I'm just an amateur just starting out, but it's a heck of a lot easier. It seems that the other welder that I had, the Blue Demon, was a little, in my opinion, a little underpowered. So it was much harder to start and to keep that arc going. This is a lot easier, especially the restarts. It was impossible, pretty much, from what I saw, to restart it used stick on the Blue Demon. Here, it's a little tricky, but not that difficult. Oh, almost forgot. All right. I think that's the paint that's burning. And I have to tell you, This is so much easier. It's so much easier to do welding with this machine, this ArcOne, than my brand new Blue Demon welder. I really, you just can't even compare it. This is just a pleasure to work with. You can see, I really don't, I'm like a first-time welder, and although I had a very difficult time with the Blue Demon, I'm really having a pretty easy time with this ArcOne welder. And I'm sure that if I practice, the more I practice, I'd be able to get that scratch start down pat. I don't have that down pat yet, but with a little bit of practice, I'm sure I could become really good at it. And in the meantime, I've gotten a really good weld here. I welded together that piece of metal, the circle to the square. And I know I didn't run such a great line here. I'm still trying to figure it out, but the point is, it's solid, it's gonna hold. Yeah, I still need my practice, but you know, with these things, you just have to keep trying. And I guess the point is, even if you've never welded before, you shouldn't be afraid to try. You know, even if people tell you you don't know what you're doing, which is fine, you're not going to learn until you actually just get down and do it. So get yourself a good pair of gloves. Get yourself a good welding helmet, which I'm using this one. It's a auto dimming helmet, which is really nice because it's easier to, you could see what's happening as you're striking it, and then it darkens when it starts to light. And like I said, the electrode holder is really, really nice. Seems to be working well. Very nice. And this ArcOne, this is what it sounds like. Not loud at all, not distracting. I don't see these for sale anymore. The model, the 100, but they do have other models which use 240 volts, and they're more powerful and they'll burn thicker rods, and it's better if you need that. But for the homeowner, like for me, if I'm gonna go fix something around my house, or maybe go to a friend's house and try to fix something, they're not going to have 240 volt outlets. So it's much more practical for someone who's a homeowner, you're working on your car or something, a lock or something metal in your home, to have one that's just 115 or really 120 volts. And that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any recommendations, just post it.